Before we put our boat up for winter storage, we want to make sure we winterize the fuel system. Sierra International offers a lot of fine products to winterize our fuel system and offer filtration to make sure that we trap any other contaminants come next spring. If we don't winterize our fuel system, next spring we could easily have a tank full of useless fuel. So let's talk a little bit more about why do we winterize fuel. One of the situations we're going to encounter is in the winter time we have a lot of temperature change which can cause a lot of condensation. The other issue, as probably everyone's heard, is ethanol blended fuels, E10. What we have is two main problems: solvency, and the other problem is phase separation. Phase separation is one of the main issues that we're really going to encounter through winterization. Alcohol, which is a big part of the blend for ethanol fuels, is like a sponge. Alcohol will absorb lots of water. So what will happen is, over winterization time, what we'll have is so much water absorption, it will separate from the fuel and fall down into the bottom of the tank. Now, we can prevent this if we properly stabilize the fuel. Now, when you treat the fuel system, always read the instructions. Fuel systems are treated different for winterization versus everyday use, day in and day out running of your boat. Now that we've added our fuel stabilizer into our fuel tank, what we want to do is make sure we have the earmuffs hooked onto the lower unit, make sure we have an adequate supply of water. What we want to do is start the engine, warm the engine up. That'll ensure that stabilized fuel will go through our carburetor and or injectors, whichever the case may be. Now, before we do that, we want to make sure that we filled our tank up around 95% full. Now, the reason we want to do that is we want to minimize the amount of air above the fuel, and we also want to make sure we allow a little bit of room for expansion. Otherwise, we could overflow fuel, and if you're in dry storage, it could drip down on other boats. So, from there, we'll let it run for a while, shut it off, and then we want to go ahead and check and make sure we've changed all of our filters in case we haven't. So when we come out for the next spring, we're going to have fresh, clean filters, and we'll have a properly treated fuel system